Unfortunately, many of the tanks in the 4th Armored were the ubiquitous M4 Sherman, which mounted a short-barreled 75mm gun. Against the long-barreled Panzer IVs and Panthers, the M4 was at a distinct disadvantage. Its gun had a lower muzzle velocity, and could not penetrate a Panzer IV's frontal armor at distances greater than 1,000 meters. The disparity was even greater when pitted against a Panther. Even at point-blank range, the M4's stubby 75mm had trouble penetrating the Panther's front glasses. On the other hand, the 75mm KWK-42 of the Panther could penetrate the frontal armor of a Sherman from 2,000 meters away.
This Sherman was donated by the School of Armour Tempe to Sandstone Estates. It's basically on a long lease base and it's been completely rebuilt. The original 9-cylinder radial petrol engine was taken out. It was prone to catching fire. It had a high fuel consumption of 9 liters per kilometer. So it was changed to a V8 diesel engine, which hasn't got the possibility of catching fire and also uses only 1/3 that amount of fuel. The conversion took around about 5 months to complete. And it's now actually almost a modern main battle tank. The Sherman tank was developed basically there around about 1938-39. It was mainly used in the European theatre of war, but lots of Shermans were also under the war lease agreement donated to South Africa for use in the war, and they were shipped to South Africa after the war. And they served in the South African Army for quite some years until the Centurion tank arrived. Then they were only used for training for some time and then they became redundant.
The Feldbahn is a charismatic locomotive. It was built for the German war service. So originally it was not built for commercial service, it was built to run on temporary track to bring troops, munitions and supplies up to the war front. Now obviously after the First World War, the locomotives became surplus and the tracks became surplus. So the tracks, the locomotives and the rest of the narrow gauge gear were then dispersed into industry. Now the Feldbahn is an unusual locomotive. It's a 3-axle, 6 drivers, but the front and the rear axles were built on pivots. So although it has a bogie at the front end, the main axles themselves also pivot. Now the locomotive has since been modified. The back axle is now fixed, but the front axle you'll see on the very sharp bends can actually still move from side to side with the special bearings. The Feldbahn is not unique. There are other examples in existence, but this is a prime example of a First World War era German war locomotive which is now in preservation.
If you have enjoyed the video, please subscribe and support the channel for more. Many thanks for watching.